Yeah, well, let's move on before we change our minds, Shane. We got number 25 Arkansas on the road at LSU. The Razorbacks favored by 2.5 in Death Valley. How about that? Over under 59 points. It's going to be a night game, though. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on the SEC Network. And LSU won last year 27-24. Who do you like in this matchup?
Oh man, there's been some doozies between these two guys, huh? I think that's something you noticed from the players this week. I sent you that video. I can't remember the young man that was talking. He was talking about the Arkansas-Mississippi State rivalry, and he's like, "That's not a rivalry. This is our rivalry." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the battle for the boot.
These guys hate. Absolutely, these guys hate each other. So. The problem is, I don't know what LSU's doing. We got Coach O coming out here, letting us know that the third-string quarterback hasn't got enough playing time, so we're going to have to get him out there a little bit. I mean, like you said, this isn't Little League soccer. Not everybody's going to get a participation trophy, and if they are, they're going to get their ass beat because Arkansas is playing some football, baby, and they have been since their bye week. So I just don't think this is a game. LSU's limping into this thing. We're finding out half the team's injured. Some of them ain't even showing up. Smoke cigarettes in the locker room. Half. I don't know. I just made that last part up. I just think they're all checked out, man. This isn't ready. The only one that's pumped up about this game is Brad Johnson. That's just because he's the only one getting airtime anymore. So give me Arkansas Razorbacks winning this game. Lock of the week, 28. LSU 14. Not a ball game at all.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. Which LSU is going to show up? Did they get so fired up because they were playing Alabama last week? And hell, I counted them out. I locked up Alabama. But, this is still a rivalry with Alabama and between these players and these coaches. They wanted that one desperately. They showed up to win. They went all out. Fake punts, going for it on fourth down.
Yep.
Yet you pull out all the stops and you still come up short, Shane. Again, kind of like the Kentucky team. I mean, that's got to be a gut punch, Can you do that 2 weeks in a row to get up for a game that Arkansas really sees this as a rivalry? Does LSU? I don't know if they do, to be honest with you. I mean, I know there's a trophy involved, but hell, there's so many trophies in college football. Alabama is LSU's biggest rival, not Arkansas, at least in the Tigers' eyes. So how does that play a factor? Arkansas's got the number one rushing offense in the SEC. LSU's got the number 7 rushing defense. Although, how about this stat, Shane? They held Alabama to 6 rushing yards last week. That's the fewest Alabama has ever rushed for in an SEC game ever. So, hey, if you show up with that defense, maybe you got you a chance. But here's a more damning stat, in my opinion. LSU third down defense, they're number 12 in the SEC on offense, Arkansas's number 1 in the SEC in stopping teams on third down. So a lot of key matchups favor the Arkansas Razorbacks, and I'm right there with you, man. I'm surprised at your score because I feel like you stole it off from me, but I got the Arkansas Razorbacks 35, LSU 24. I think is a double-digit win here.
Yeah, I do too, Mike. And I think the biggest part is their championship game was last week, like you said, with Alabama. I think those kids fought, man. Don't get me wrong. I give LSU a hard time, but those boys fought, and they tried everything they could to get a victory, and they're not able to do it. Now they're playing an Arkansas team, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but they did not look at Arkansas like a rivalry.
Right.
They look at Alabama. I think similar to me, like as a Tennessee fan. Them smoking their damn cigars and everything when we play. It is a rivalry. It's the third Saturday in October, but man, when you get smoked so many times by them, it's not a big deal anymore.
Right.
I think Arkansas wants to win this game. LSU would like to win this game, So I just think we got two different attitudes coming into this game. Like you said, you hit the nail on the head. LSU coming off that heartbreaker last week. I think they're deflated, and I think these Razorbacks just kick them while they're down.
Yeah, there's not a single player on the Razorback roster, Shane, that's beat LSU. LSU's beaten them 5 in a row. So
Come on, don't think that shit ain't hanging in the locker room, Mike.
Exactly.